Hey, we're back. We have done our achievements. Marika has shown why she's the best, and Adrastos the worst. And we're gonna do an island. Part of this playtest cycle is testing the low prep nature of the game, hopefully. So Sean has just now picked the island that he's going to run for us. Kind of sight unseen. You've played this one, right, Sean?
Yeah, I played this one several months ago. I've never run it, and I don't know the nuances of it, but that's what we're going to see.
Yeah.
So awesome. As the fog that sort of obscures your way begins to clear, there's a shout from the crew, from the sailors, and it only gives you a moment's notice before the sails are hit with a furious gust of wind, and moments after that, a torrential downpour just is battering the ship, and by the time that you make land, you see that this furious storm just surrounds the Isle of Cryos, and here I will do the thing that I'm going to read box text because
Yeah, that's what it's there for.
What a zero prep GM can do. Cryos is a rocky, cold island, fabled for its gold mines. For centuries, it has been protected from the vengeful harpies and marauding pirates by the Pillar of Storms, a magic column that controls the weather. Recently, the pillar was stolen by Thesakira, the pirate queen, along with a large treasure of gold. The people beg the heroes to stay and protect them from the harpies that will surely come. The storms aforementioned being a forewarning of these harpies. The heroes are visited by three gods as they arrive, and this is quite appropriate. Hera, who addresses each of you, but ends in addressing the war leader Marika, who honors her. Hera wishes you to return the pillar to the Temple of Cryos, and her peacock will guide you to it, to where the pillar is. When Hera departs, and is definitely departed, and is for sure no longer around, Zeus appears.
Oh boy.
Also,
Awkward.
Next.
And Zeus, who calls the lightning down around him to announce his approach, wants the pillar to be sunk beneath the waves, so its power will be broken and his command of the skies will be absolute. And just as Zeus disappears, and you think that is all of the requests of the gods, Adrastos notices that there's one more member of his ship, and when he pulls back his veil, you see swift-footed Hermes has joined you and stands beside you in the visage of a man, and he tells you that the pillar is a sign of greatness, and as such should be held by great heroes such as yourself. And
Yeah, exactly. My man.
And nods, addresses you all, but makes a special note of Adrastos, who he perhaps flicks a still burning ember off of his shoulder before, as like hey, let me get that for you. Before
There's a bit of smudged dark blackened oil that that I didn't reapply properly. I gotta just work that in just Right there.
Gets that.
That's good. Yeah.
Watch that for you.
Ah.
Or he turns, and as you look back, and you grab the shoulder of the man in the cloak, and you see that it's just one of your sailors. Hermes has slipped away. Yeah, and there is a leader of the people which you can seek easily. There's a priest on the there's a temple that the pillar was stolen from, and there are the people themselves who are all begging you to stay and forget the pillar and protect them from the harpies that are sure to come.
Yeah, so we are they like receiving us with some glorious sacrifices and stuff on the beach, or are they wretched and desperate? What's the deal here with the people?
Yeah, I think they I think it's a little column A and a little column B. The people come out and they show signs of injury. One woman has her arms bandaged. She had been clawed by one of the harpies as she tried to protect tried to protect her sister from being taken. Her brother from being taken, and was injured in the fray. And others come with all of their meager offerings that they have to give you. They are not. Well, it is renowned for its gold mines. I take that back. I think that they come with. Never mind. I think that they come with some incredible jewelry that is crafted.
All right.
And a few, though some of the treasure was stolen, their best smiths come forward with jewelry and armor and weapons, and that shows not only the quality of the gold that is mined from their island, but the skill of the smiths that they can forge it into. Clearly, it's not part of the actual weapon because it would be too soft, but this ornate decoration along the hilt and the blade.
Cool. Well, I mean, Adrastos is definitely feels that we are deserving of their tribute, and I guess I should take this moment to let us in on a rule, which is that the hero with the lowest glory, by default, decides what the hero band does. Sort of the de facto leader. Because while everyone else has been claiming glory for themselves, meek and mild Adrastos has only been looking out for the crew and the well-being of others, which explains why my glory is so low. So
right.
Clearly everyone would turn to me for my leadership rather than these glory-hogging other heroes that seem to only care about their own legacy. So leader Adrastos puts a fist to his chin and he ponders. The great weight of the leadership of the crew falls on his shoulders. So he strikes a pose against the stormy sky and sea behind him and thinks deep thoughts about what should be done, and waits for his wise fellow heroes to perhaps give counsel.
You mean tell him what to do?
No. It falls on me. It's my burden to lead. Yeah.
But counsel.
Yes.
I would hear your words.
Yeah.
Oh, would you?
A young man, perhaps a man in his mid-20s, who has beautiful olive skin and curly hair, and wears not much more than Adrastos, is professing, laying before you the work of his the work of his the fruits that they have gathered from the island, and lays before you a feast to welcome you as well. So, looking hopefully at you, he is staring sort of longingly and hopefully waiting for your decision.
So our choice is to. Sorry, if you could just recap for me. What did they want us to do?
Sure. I mean, no, it's not tricky at all. It's just 4 different groups that all want totally different things. Hera, who's peacock, sits at your in your crow's nest and sort of awaits your decision. Hera wishes you to find the pillar that was stolen and return it. Zeus wishes you to find the pillar and sink it beneath the waves. Hermes wants you to find the pillar and keep it for yourselves. And the people want you to forget the pillar and just save them from the harpies that have already attacked once, and will surely come again.
So this is like some other problem.
Yeah, unrelated to the gods problem. The people are in danger.
Right. If you go off, if you sail out, when you arrived, clearly they had already been facing these. Clearly, they'd already been facing these attacks, and they know that the moment you leave, that they will return. The harpies will return.
So, left to his own devices, if no one intervenes, Adrastos will make a show of listening to the people and sharing in their feast. But he and Hermes are definitely on the same page, and you could tell this when Hermes was speaking to us. Like, Adrastos is like, yeah, that's a good idea. We should definitely have this magic pillar thing. That's smart. But when the feast is being gathered, the young man who was paying attention to him, he's going to ask a lot of questions about Thessakyra, the pirate queen, because that also sounds pretty cool. And he wants to know what her whole deal is, pirate queen. Is that like a single type thing, or is there a pirate king or another queen scenario? Like, what's the situation there? Because that's intriguing. So I think unless you two want to steer him, which you totally can, I'm going to push for a contest to divine something about the pirate queen. Like, he wants to, she's come here before, maybe somebody knows her. He wants to find where does she have a secret base? Does she, which god does she worship? He wants to get info on the pirate queen. That's his goal.
Okay. Hagne would love to shoot some harpies out of the sky, because that's good sport. Also agrees that we should keep the pillar because we're lost at sea and controlling weather seems wise. And she is nothing if not practical. Also doesn't give a fuck about Hera or Zeus. Or Hermes, for that matter. So really, she's just in it to benefit herself. So she's down to shoot whatever and take the pillar.
It's worthwhile to also sort of prepare you the mechanical effects of this. On the lower left-hand corner of your character sheet, there's a return home tracker, and that shows how close you are to getting home. If your fate tracker, which has already got some checks on it now because you're all demigods, fills up before your return home tracker does, then you don't make it home. Your fate ends while you're still at sea. If your return home tracker fills, then you arrive home. The progress on that return home tracker is based on how well you appease the gods. You'll get 1 or 2 if you appease 1 or 2 of the gods, and you'll get a third one if you either appease a third god in this case, or if you appease one of the gods in their own particular idiom, meaning you do something in a particular way, serve Hermes and do it in a cunning way, in a daring way, or serve Hera in a cunning way. And you can get none of them. You can piss all the gods off and leave the island and not be any closer to getting home. So 0 to 3 is the range on the return home.
So just to make sure I understand, in the last version of this I played, pissing off the gods was good. Ultimately, that was like big dick energy thing to do. I don't know what else to call it. That's what it was.
It's fine. I mean, it'll gain you glory, and it'll allow you to set your own path. It doesn't necessarily mean your characters are going to return home safely.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's up to us to how much we care about that part of it. The gods can keep us lost, but if we want to be like, fuck you gods, it is worth a lot of glory to oppose the gods. So.
Okay, so
Yeah. And the pillar in this case will potentially help us get home too, because we'll have magical weather powers. So
Yep.
having the pillar might let us say fuck you gods even better in the
Even
future.
more.
So that's a thing to
Okay.
consider too.
in that case, I for once agree with the Drostos and want to do what Hermes wants of us because it is very practical.
Nice. Karen, do you want to make a contest out of this to change our minds, or do you want to go the way the wind is blowing?
I
Oh
feel
my god,
like
the puns.
hanging on to it for a little while might be wise.
It occurs. I mean, you can always get rid of it. Like
Yeah.
it's not like it's going to be a thing that you can't be unburdened of. But it is. It was crafted to protect this island from the harpies.
Right.
So it's if you take it and you have thoughts later on, you'll have left this island and it will be lost in the fog.
I mean, sorry.
Basically, like
Sorry.
none of the three gods seem to care about that.
Hera does.
Got
Hera
it.
wants you to give it back to the island to protect them.
Or we could just kill all the harpies.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's do that for sure, and then take the pillar.
So if we're having a little council here, and I mean, obviously, you're giving me your wise counsel as leader. I would turn to Marika and ask something like, since you are, wait, sorry, remind me, Karen, you're not the child of Hera, right? She's your favorite god, but
Yeah, I'm the child of Zeus.
Right,
and
right,
I
right.
basically suck up to Hera so she doesn't murder me.
yeah, right. I would ask Marika, like, so sounds to me like we could kill harpies, learn some pirate lore, and then, like, do you think if we sort of dallied here, that Hera's peacock would sort of wait for us and then, follow through and guide us to the stone, or is she gonna be like not cool about that? If we don't jump to it, you know what I mean? Can we like kind of take our time and still have the magic guidance bird, or what?
I don't know. I mean, I think we could probably stall a little bit, but not too long.
I think almost as if through, even though it's storming and even though the weather is bad, almost as though there's sort of preternatural hearing that this pigeon possesses.
Damn
It sort
it.
of looks down at you from the crow's nest and gazes at you with these piercing eyes. It's unreadable. Its affect is unreadable, but its determination is clear.
All right, well,
I think you could have a contest to keep this bird, this pigeon from to keep this pigeon waiting for you in the wings, as it were, waiting.
Question.
In the wind.
Is this an addition to the peacock or are we just
This is the peacock, yeah.
Okay. I was like, did it get demoted? Like what happened?
I'd like to give the question the people contest a try, and if somebody wants to also do the mollify Hera's peacock maneuver, that's cool with me.
I like convincing Harris Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real problem is the harpies. That's why the pillar needs to stay here.
Right.
Which is absurd. Kill the harpies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, killing harpies. That sounds easy. No problem. We'll just do that.
I mean, it boggles the mind that Hera hasn't done it herself. But
Well, they're all
It's
like
fine.
Zeus's chosen creatures and shit, right? So
ah,
I think it's or the four winds or something like that. I forget what it is, but
Yeah.
yeah. So you're just going to leave the social stuff to Adrastos? Cool. All right, I'll do that. I got that covered. No problem.
All right. I mean, there's this young man who is really hoping that you'll just let's see what kind of fruits they have there. There are these nut fruits. These plump, ripe peaches and nectarines that that they've carved open, and you see they've decorated it where they have half of the nut sort of revealed, and then slices is adorned around it, and they'll happily feed them to you.
I am down with that, and I will talk to our young friend here and the family and the people, and just kind of let them like pay homage to us as heroes. And I'll extract the story as we drink our wine and like, so Pirate Queen, what happened? You know, where did she come from? Where did she go?
Where did she come from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
The legendary Greek hero.
Yeah.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Right.
It says epithet Cotton Eye.
Yep.
And you know, Adrastos plays the fool. He is actual fool, but he also kind of plays the fool.
Sure.
And he is like, he's looking around. He knows that this legendary island full of golden treasures, which has never been robbed and is protected by the Pillar of Storms, like somebody here helped the Pirate Queen. Somebody here is like, it's an inside job. So, you know, he's very like suspicious. So, I think it's craft and, or meh. Is it craft and reason? Yeah, it is kind of craft and reason actually. I want to draw someone out to say something as we drink and have the party, the welcoming of the heroes.
Yeah.
To
I don't disagree with you, but I think I pick the
You do. I'm just pushing for something, but yeah, it's your call
based off of the action that you're taking.
Yeah.
And you know, and depending on how you were doing it, well, I could see arts narration or craft reason, but this is sussing the truth out rather than making big speeches and trying.
Yeah, it's totally your call though. If you think it's more arts narration, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's good. So let's look at the contest. So the people are happy to just you know, they're happy to give you every luxury they can afford. When they get you inside their warm hearth, you know, out of the rain and the storms, when they get you inside their warm hearth by the fire, you know, they want to take off your sandals and oil your feet. They want to feed you their finest fruits and meats. They want to they shower you with compliments. They know your name. They know that you're Adrastos. They know that you are the servant. You know that you serve Hermes and that you're the son of a witch, and you have all these a sorcerer, and that you have all these powers. And if any of the other heroes who go with will receive a similar kind of treatment, and of course, were their kindness to sink into you, you might find yourself feeling somewhat indebted to them, and you might find yourself perhaps saying things that would that they could hold to you in the morning to actually fulfill, or you know, or you just say, "Cool, thanks for the great beer," and then find out what you want. So, will any of the other heroes join Adrastos in this truth-seeking mission?
I think I might actually.
Sure.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
All right.
Excellent. All right.
What are we facing, Sean? What's our?
Hey,
What are you rolling?
Let's look up the opposition. So, the contests. I'm gonna roll. So in every contest, I'm gonna roll the d6 plus the current strife die. The strife on this island starts at a d6. I think they all start at a d6, right? That's how we have it set up.
Yeah, it's possible to have islands that start higher, but this one is a d6.
Right. Later in play, we might we might do something that would trigger it too. Um, and then I can roll any of the NPC dice if relevant. Let's take a look at these dice. Thanks everyone for your patience as I.
So this is the part of the game where the GM looks at the NPCs to see who he can beat us up with, and potentially give us more glory. So
Exactly.
everybody wins.
Right. All right. So these people are serving in the name of. Why do I keep clicking exactly the thing I don't want? Melatia, the leader. Yeah, sure. Melatia, the leader of the miners.
Like the gold mining
Exactly.
faction, whatever.
Exactly. So they are, when they bring you these armbands with gold wire weaved into them, and these jewels that they placed around your neck. They all the clear-eyed among you will notice the imprint of Melatia's forge, and I guess she's a miner, but nevertheless the gold that comes from her bears her mark. And she is they work in her name, so I'm gonna be rolling her name die, and I think that's it.
All right.
So everyone's engaging in this. This is a contest of craft and reason. Let's see what your target is. It's 2d6 plus the 8. Oh, and this is also where I could spend divine favor.
Yes. The island itself has its own divine favor from its various gods and history and stuff.
Yep. And I could add a trait or a god. I'm not going to add anything right now. There's nothing that feels appropriate to this. So I'm going to do that. Oops. Wrong bracket. Try that again. Oh. So much for the GM dice being on fire. Okay.
Yeah, worth a measly 2 glory.
Yeah. So everyone is in on this, and the stakes are 2 glory.
Well, as I recall, y'all are better at this than I am, but we're not competing for much. I was going to spend a divine favor to use my Pathos die, which is now D8. But I don't think I'm going to. I think we've got this as a group here, so I'm going to save my divine favor and just roll. So I'm not using a strength. I don't think my daring applies in this situation, so I'm being sociable, and I'm trying to listen carefully to how people talk when I bring up the Pirate Queen to see if anyone betrays their affiliation.
That's crazy. I think they know about her.
All right, I got a 6 so far.
All right.
Hagne like goes to this place, is very standoffish. Like they go to, take her sandals off and oil her feet, and she's like, no, don't touch me.
Ooh.
And
Don't
like,
put oil me.
yeah, do not.
Adrasto's just like totally nude in an oil bath, like, yes.
Yeah, Hagne is politely eating a peach, but is more attempting to overhear bits of conversation and observe behaviors to see if she can spot anything. And I didn't think I was using my cunning, but I think I just described it. So name, craft, and reason, which is a D8, and then cunning, which is a D8.
If you
That's terrible.
that is terrible. Yeah.
I tied.
You tied. And you are the aggressors in this case, so that's a win. You're gonna gain glory from this.
It was either 1 or 2, so like really, I basically won.
Yeah, you won. I mean, I think no one gets anything over on Clear-Eyed Hogne. And Marika?
Well, I've already marked both craft and reason and cunning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't really want to add more pathos.
You don't have to participate if you don't want to.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think I'll
Yeah.
I don't
Normally you decide before I make the roll though, because you don't know
Yeah.
what's at stake until after. But it's not.
Right.
I mean, that's a procedural thing. That's not a. That's fine if you're like,
Yeah, I think I'll sit it out.
Okay. So Hogne wins and gains
I
one glory.
lose. I do not win.
No, I win.
No.
Oh, I beat the.
Oh yeah. Hogne.
Hogne wins.
Yeah. Right.
Adrastos is best.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's those who lose, those who win, and those who are best.
Right.
So you
My
get one
mistake.
glory and nothing deleterious. Adrastos is best, so you gain a whopping 2 glory, and you mark hubris.
Adrastos is like, I'm so cunning and smart, and I'm like, they're literally morons. But bravo.
Yep. So I mark hubris on my craft and reason. I'm not going to put it on my name. That seems not quite as hard to burn as I want right now.
Right.
Although I could, if I want to go real hard.
Right. I mean, that's
Going
names-
pretty hard.
name's a bold choice.
Yeah.
Craft choice is marked.
Is 2 glory still the lowest glory? You have like 6 or something, right, Naja?
I believe 2 glory is still the lowest.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I got to get something out of my not having glory.
Right. Being a leader.
I gotta try.
All right. And so, what Adrastos picks up on, well, I'll say what Hogne picks up on, and John, you tell me how Adrastos ferrets the truth out of this, is that there are definitely divisions among the miners. There are some that they're not of the same mind. They're not. They have disagreements between them, and although they're trying to put on this very peaceful front, although they're acting as though they want your help, and they do want your help, they have secrets amongst themselves, and Hogne can tell that they are sort of having an infighting, a bickering that they're trying to keep from you. John, how does Adrastos sort of get that? They obviously feel like some of their past actions were not, that they have some culpability here, and they don't want to. Some of them don't want to tell you about it. Others do want to tell you about it. And they're sort of torn. How do you get the truth out of them?
I think I end up like over sharing. That seems right for Adrastos. But it is like our true plan. Like, when he can see that they're not fully committed and they're like not willing to speak, he newly oiled.
Newly oiled?
Yeah. Also that. He makes it's not a boast exactly. It's a borderline boast that Marika. Sorry, I forgot to write down your epithets. What's your
War leader Mark.
right? War leader, and what are you, Naja?
Clever-eyed.
Clever-eyed. War leader Marika and Clever-eyed Hogne, legendary in their abilities, we've come here to hunt harpies, basically, and chew bubblegum, and we're all out of bubblegum. So when I see the schism, I realize, like, well, they have one thing in common. These people that are like factional and they don't know who to trust. Like they all don't want to be killed by harpies. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, we're here. The heroes have arrived. We're in the harpy killing business. You got nothing to worry about. All this business with the pirate. Hey, don't worry about that. The past is the past. We'll deal with her in due course. But we're here to kill harpies. That's our deal.
Right.
So you can trust us.
Right. Yeah, and I think that like openness and that affability is the one that finally gets, we'll say, the young man who clearly has eyes for Drastos to open up and say, I think he's on the side of, I think he's on the mercenary side of this equation of. There's gold in them mines, and the priest had always told us that we had to take sparingly from it. But what's the point of leaving golden mines without mining, without digging deeper? And as they dug too deep, and they brought. And they shared this gold with other traders, with others. They inadvertently brought the attention of Thessaloniki, because they boasted that theirs was the purest gold in all the land, that it was the finest, and that the ore that they had, and this young man, he believes it truly, that but that is what brought Thessaloniki was their own boasting, and she came for the gold, and she came for the gold, but that fool priest gave her the or in his mind, that fool priest gave up the pillar, and so he. Some would say that it's the miner's fault, but he says, if not for that priest, she would have just taken the gold and left. Instead, she took the gold and so he puts all the blame at the foot of the priest.
Hera's priest.
Hera's priest
gave her Hera's magic item.
I mean,
interesting.
So he says. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we claim an advantage die against anybody with this information, Sean?
Yeah, I think you can take a trophy of the town gossip, and you can use that advantage die whenever you're trying to sort of win people over or suss more information out.
I will take that town gossip.
And I think it's clear that he doesn't know what went down between them, between the priest, but puts all the blame in his and he says that he's a weak-willed, that the priest has never been an exemplar.
Typical.
Yeah.
So the way this works mechanically, I as the leader, obviously, but we as the hero band have access to this town gossip advantage, and then it's like in the old version of the game, you would like set how big a die it was worth when you won it, but now you just get the thing, whatever it is, and then based on fictional positioning in the future, it's worth a D4 or a D12 or whatever. Like how powerful that thing is contextual. Right. So
yeah,
we can leverage that to help us in the future if we need to.
If you were to try and use it to, fight the harpies or sail, it just wouldn't be applicable. You would. I mean, maybe you'd find a way that would be applicable, but if you were to try and use it to smear somebody. With somebody's name, it might be very applicable.
I mean, we might need to get an official blessing of a priest of Hermes to let us take the pillar away without. I'm just spitballing. We'll see.
Awesome.
We'll see.
Awesome. So, if Marika didn't partake in this challenge, is there something that she was doing while the heroes were getting all oiled up?
I don't know. So what time of day is it that all this is happening?
I think in the storms it made it hard to tell what time of day it was because it was very dark out. But you actually arrived sort of mid afternoon in a very gloomy, stormy weather. There's still some sunlight out, but it will get very dark soon.
I think while there's still sunlight, she might want to do some surveying and kind of get lay of the land.
Okay. And she is okay. One thing you mentioned was that one thing you sort of discussed was that Harris Peacock is, if not listening in on you, at least sort of watching you. Any care for what the peacock does? Are you addressing that at all?
No.
That's fine.
And I ignore that problem.
Sure. Most problems are best left ignored. They don't. That's usually how they get resolved the best. Excellent. So you want to take a land? Well, you have a good opportunity to do that because there's a lot of the people are in the hearth right now, trying to sort of butter up your companions. So if you're looking for physical, if you wanted to survey the land itself rather than the people, there's many fewer out than normally would be. So you have the advantage. There is the harbor, which you've come into, and you see in the harbor there are several very seaworthy ships that could carry the gold. I mean, they're quite magnificent ships, and they've all to a one been damaged. The sails have been cut. The hulls have been burnt. They're all incapacitated. They're still maybe one has been completely sunk. You can see sort of the bowsprit poking up out of the water. They're damaged, and they're definitely not damaged in the way a harpy would damage, a sail. Right? Like it's a damage caused by people or by war. And then there are these protected paths up the hill that lead to the temple, and these sort of barren open paths that lead to the mine, and lead to the mines rather. There's several of them, and the mines are beneath the temple, inside the mountain. What would you like to find out?
I don't know. I think I just wanted to see what was potential danger here aside from just the harpies.
Sure. Yeah. I think one thing you could tell us at this point, if without your ship, if anyone were to come, the island currently has no ability to chase down pirates or leave the island, right? They're stuck here. All of their ships are damaged. So one threat may be to your ship itself. You don't know who damaged the ships, but you now have the one sturdy ship in the port. That doesn't necessarily bode well. No. And then there's also several places where people are working that are more or less dangerous, and so you could find the paths that would help people be able to get to do their jobs without being exposed to harpies versus those which would be, et cetera, et cetera. So you could also you could look for safe passage. You could look for the cause of the harm to the ships. Any of those things sort of are what you had in mind.
Are you guys thinking, sorry to interrupt, you guys thinking that we are gonna stay here and wait for the harpies to attack and kill them when they come in? Or do you want to track them down?
I mean, we could go track them down. If we wait for them to come,
you want to track them down.
If we wait for them to come here, though, there's a lot more to distract them. I'm just saying.
There is
Wow.
bait. It's
There's
true.
bait.
People around, yeah.
There is that. But yeah,
I'm
I
fine
see
with whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It just occurred to me we hadn't talked about that. So
Yeah, if what you want to do is set yourself up to fight the harpies, then you could either find the most advantageous place to fight them, or you could try and find where they are. Both of those, I think, would make a lot of sense with surveying.
Yeah, I think I want to look for an advantageous place to fight them.
Cool, excellent, wonderful. Okay, so you definitely see that there are paths that have been in the past fortified. They have these protective vine, what's a trellis rather? Yeah, they have these trellises that the vines grow over, and they've been reinforced, and they're quite sturdy. In other areas where there's just sort of you're exposed as you travel on the island. Clearly, these harpies are sort of a known entity that have plagued the island, but all of the protections were made ages ago, and the fact that the vines still grow on these trellises are an artifact of the gods more than the tending of the people. So Ionestes is invested in keeping the safe paths to his temple secret, and so I think that it's against his trickery that you have to, because he has long kept them secret, so that creatures such as pirates couldn't make their way up to the temple and steal a pillar. So let's see how you do against his trickery.
wait, Ionestes is the priest, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you should yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, of course you can. You can totally use the town gossip against him. We're not like playing moment to moment here. We've talked to you about it for sure, and told you all about that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's up to no good.
Yep. Totally up to no good. Yeah. So, what's it look like when you survey? Are you going on foot? Are you sailing around the island? Are you?
I'd be on foot.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. I think this is another test of craft and reason.
Okay.
And resolve and spirit, arts and narration. And we'll see whether Ionestes can hide his passages and hide his safe passages from you. Does anyone else want to join Marika in this? I know that, like you said, we're not going to moment. So this can happen after the boozening, the oiling.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want Marika to get too far ahead. You know what I'm saying? I've got to have some chance of competing in glory here. So
Yeah, I'm also competing.
Okay. Everyone's like, I'm all about this. Okay. So you're gonna find a safe place, a good position to battle the harpies from, or at least that's what you're looking for. But anecdotally, that may or may not also lead you to Ionestes, or to the way to his temple. So let's figure out how that works. I'm gonna roll the strife, d6, and Ionestes' name die. And oh wow, achievements were challenging. Itself, please.
3 glory, huh?
3 glories at stake here.
All right.
Well, Karen, you and we both have craft and reason marked with hubris, so we take pathos.
Yep.
That takes me to D10.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I
Do you
guess.
just die when it gets to T12?
No.
What happens?
No. You advance your fate. You get closer to your story being.
You advance your fate, and while it's there, every time you lose a roll, you advance your fate.
Oh, Ripperoni. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Whether. So, note, you have divine favor. So it's note a few things you can do with that divine favor. One of them is you can add in your pathos die for a single divine favor. So if your pathos for the roll is going to be, say, D10. You can basically spend 1 divine favor for that D10. For 2, you can add in another trait. You can add in blood and valor, or you can add in one of your a second strength, for instance. For 3, you can call upon the aid of the gods and add in a god die, which is a D12. Also, you very easily have oaths on each other. You can call on an oath to get someone to lend their strength to you. When they do that, it's no cost to them. They don't mark hubris or anything like that. You can call on an oath to have someone suffer pathos for you. You can call on an oath to have someone give you one of their divine favor, or you can call on an oath to have someone follow your lead. If for instance, the leader is telling you you're going to do one thing and you say that's nonsense, and call on an oath to have the leader go along with you. But I don't think anyone owes Justice any oaths, or Justice. I don't think.
No, nope.
So that's not really an option. He's still leading. You can challenge him for that leadership, but you can't say, "Hey, you owe me."
Well, I mean, it's only 3 glory. I don't think I'm gonna burn my divine favor here.
No.
I think I'm just gonna roll.
Okay.
Okay,
Likewise.
cool. So what are you rolling, Justice?
My name and craft and reason.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the same.
Same.
All right, bring it. See if you can beat my 3. Justice
Got a
wins.
5.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
But Justice is best. So everybody wins. Everybody gains 1 glory, except for Justice, who gains 3.
Cool.
Justice, you have to mark hubris.
Oh, right.
Uh-oh.
That's a problem.
To mark it on your name die?
Yeah, I do.
Shit.
Oh no.
How do you clear hubris?
Interludes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Or you can spend. You can take a fate. If you just advance your fate, you can clear all your hubris.
Yeah, this is a good reason to have more than 1 strength, because you can like spread it out when you're winning.
Yeah. Is your daring not currently marked?
No, it's not. I
You
didn't.
were never winning anything. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I used it, I didn't win, and I didn't feel like it applied here, so I didn't use it.
That's fair.
I'm in trouble now, though.
All right. So there's all of these, like, yeah, you are. So there's all these secret paths that lead you to. There's all these secret paths, all these secret trellises, and some of them just kind of like circle around and go back into other parts of town. I don't know if you like have ever been in like the tunnels between buildings where you'll go, like you'll just like pop into like a boiler room and you go through a tunnel and you pop out in another building, and that's sort of that effect where you can't tell when you're in the trellis and in the tunnels, like where, even though you're above ground, because the trellis is, you can't see through them. It's very hard to tell where it's going to pop out. However, you kind of heard that Ionestes was a weak-willed person. I don't think anyone actually rolled the town gossip advantage die.
No, we didn't end up needing it because his roll was so bad.
Yeah, exactly. And so Rastos, I think tell me how you notice his like hidden paths amongst them that are sort of covered, and you have to pull aside some of the vines to enter them.
Yeah, I think I notice that most of these are like built by the miners and the people of the island, who are smiths and craftspeople and miners and laborers. And so the iconography is all like Hephaestus and hammers and digging tools and gold and that stuff. But we find these like beautiful forms of Hera occasionally that are like recessed and hidden behind like the backside of a what looks to be like a digging tool or something. Has been carved with symbols of Hera and fertility symbols, and a bunch of her iconography, but they're only in certain places, and maybe there's like a recessed bit of stone or something that slides up sideways, Indiana Jones style,
right
here and there.
And I think the a particular thing you'd notice is that the depictions of Hera are they're incredibly beautiful, and they're done with sort of a fawning attention. One is used to Aphrodite being depicted as the goddess of beauty, and Hera being depicted perhaps as a more stern figure. But in this, Hera is depicted incredibly lovingly and cherished.
Interesting.
And
Can I say, as part of my I'm the best capper here, can I say that we actually push our way into a sanctum or something and confront Ionestes?
oh yeah.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so the goal that you wanted was to have the safest place to fight the harpies from.
Yeah.
And you come out of this in the temple that overlooks the island, and you have this great vantage where the harpies have to fly sort of up to where the harpies would have to fly high up to get to you, and you'd have all this cover of these stone pillars and whatnot that you could fight them from. Now, not many people can fit up here. You can't really bring an army, but you as great heroes can. Your arrows will fly far. If you bound from here, you might plummet to your death, but you could also land on top of a harpy, How
many harpies are there total on this
I mean,
island?
you have not seen them.
We don't know. Okay.
Yeah. But they, I mean, but you've also talked to the people, and it sounds as though they come in. I'm going to decide a thing right now. It sounds as though they come in threes. That there have been 3 harpies that they have seen.
Okay. Yeah, we can take 3 harpies.
Yes.
Well, Sean, as leader,
That's the leader.
I think I'm still one. I think I'm one behind Hogne as leader, and as the best at finding sexy Hera statues.
There's lots of sexy Hera statues.
I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. I was able to find those pretty easily. I would like to suggest perhaps that we could confront Ionestes, demand that he takes vigil over Hera's peacock on our ship and make sure that it doesn't leave using his priestly ways, and we kill the harpies that come to the island. It's a two-pronged maneuver. Harpy battle, and priest keep our magic bird around. That's my idea anyway.
All right. Awesome. So you come into the sanctum. Yes, you could do all that. But let me paint the picture. You come into the sanctum and you smell this incense that's burning. This vigil that is being held. And you hear as you enter, you hear a sound of someone being sort of shaken into action, and a beautiful melody playing from stringed instruments and string and wind instruments. A quartet sort of erupts into song, and as you walk out, you see that there's incense burning, but there are these torches. Now it's now dark. It's now nighttime, and there are these torches burning, hanging from the pillars, and there are these rose petals that cover the floor, and out in these sort of resplendent robes comes like literally like dancing out from one of the halls, this man, and he kind of rolls out to greet you, and he's like, "My love, who are you?" And he seems to have been serenading someone that was certainly not you. And there's sort
Why
of
not?
There's sort of a pause in the music, like it's just the people who are playing that he's just sort of called into action or surprised at his response, and they just kind of go back to playing, but clearly with less exuberance and fervor, because they don't know what else to do. And this man who is covered in these golden robes and a shaven head and you've never seen an expression of love and endearment so quickly fade from someone's face when he spies you heroes, and he tries to like. He closes the cowl of his shirt, which was bare chested beneath the robe. He sort of brings the edges of his robe together.
No, don't stop on our account.
No, please do.
Like tries to like hold himself. He's a beautiful man. His head is shaven, but I mean he wears it well. He just wasn't expecting you to come here. And yes, you have him. Yes, yeah. He says heroes, and you can tell from your visage. And he tries to regain his composure.
Did he? Sorry, Sean. Did he say the name, someone's name, or what? I missed what he said.
He was about to say like my love.
Yes, he
And
says
he
he was
cut
about to
off.
say my love, and then he sort of cut off.
Conveniently. Cut off.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Let me think. Is what you've learned already enough that you should know this? I mean, what is the? I think you should.
My supposition is that he's banging the pirate.
Yeah. So
That was what I was thinking too, but I didn't want to jump to that conclusion necessarily.
Yeah. But I think I feel like you've already learned enough about him that me holding out is not in the spirit of the action of the game. So yes, it's my love, Thessakira. And the word Thessakira dies in his.
I will step into the dance and twirl him about and pin him back against the wall.
Oh dear.
And whisper in his ear, no, not Thessakira. Even sweeter.
Oh.
Yeah. And and like basically while the two heavies here like menace everybody with their bad attitude, I'll whisper in his ear like the town gossip, and like I don't know if this is a contest, maybe it is, but like we got you. We know what you're up to, priest. You betrayed your goddess. You gave the pillar away. Da 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 da. But you can redeem yourself. Do what we want. Keep Hera's blessing for us while we kill these harpies, and we'll deal with Thessakira.
So you're going right for the jugular here.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got you, and
It is the jugular, but it is also like he does have a chance to actually like be a priest to Hera. We're not gonna like defrock him and shame him in front of the community. We're giving him a chance to like fulfill his priestly duties.
So I think there's only one piece of this that you're kind of like missing about him, which is which we'll find in this role. We'll find out right now. Which is he is completely believing that Thessakira is is the avatar of Hera, and that she has come, and he is serving his goddess to give this this beautiful woman that he's serving her will. So
I'm giving him the shush lips when he starts down that road. I'm just like no. So he believes what he wants to believe. He believes what the convenient truth, that his love and his faith are in accord. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna call in some divine favor for surezies.
I don't remember this. I wrote this island, but I don't remember. He might have a trait as well.
He doesn't. He just has.
He has his name.
He just has his name.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have any strength, does he?
No, he doesn't. That's okay.
His name's pretty good though.
His name's pretty good.
Yeah.
So all my option is currently one of the questions left open to you, John, is what do NPCs do with one die? And my current supposition is that they add in another strife die, just like you'd add in faithless die.
Right. Yep.
So his option. Oh, excellent. Okay, cool. I'm just going to change that in the rules text right now.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's do it live.
Okay, everybody. Rules of this game have just been updated. But no, I'm going to go big guns because he is not. He's not adding another strike die. He's adding a god die because he is honoring faith in Hera and her promise to him that this is all part of a plan. That this is all that by giving Thessakyra the pillar, he is restoring to Hera what she deserves. And now that Thessakyra has come back to rescue it, to take him away. Yep, and you're not her.
No, she has not come back.
I'm rolling 2d6, which is 1d6 plus the strike die, plus 1d8, INSD's name die, plus 1d12, the god die he's calling in. Who else wants to join in this challenge before I make this roll?
Me.
I will.
You. I knew you were in it.
I will. I haven't. Okay. I don't have a lot of hubris, so I can afford.
Okay.
What's the domain, Sean?
I'm gonna say it's resolve and spirit.
Okay.
You have to show your resolve, and you have to break his spirit.
Yeah. Are you in, Karen?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's roll some bones and see how this god die does. That was fun.
Close.
Oh
my god. A 1 on the D12. You can reroll all your dice. You still have enough divine favor.
Oh, Jesus. I have 7 divine favor. I just spent 3 of it.
Yeah.
I could spend another 3 of it to reroll all my dice. Hell no. I mean, I wanted this to count, but I can't spend 6 of my 7 divine favor just to have Ionestes' loins guide him. Yeah.
All right. Well, I have to roll my name die, so I take Pathos right there.
Yeah. So you're at D12 Pathos right off the bat.
I hit my agony, which means I suffer a fate.
Yeah.
And I mean, 1 divine favor to roll a d12 is pretty great, so I'm just gonna do it, even though this is only worth 4 glory. It's a very good deal.
So John is spending 1 divine favor and rolling his pathos, which is currently d12.
Right. So name is d6. Resolve of Spirit is d6. I'm going to think about how my daring might apply.
I think when you said you danced right up to him and I think his robes might fall apart again and you can slide your hand underneath him and caress him again and dance.
Dear.
He was pretty daring.
I'm down. All right. Deal.
He's clearly a man in love with amorous feelings.
Sure.
You weren't who I was expecting, but
this tactic is called "Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was."
That's it. Yes, that is exactly what it's called. And I'm just using him to get to Thessakyra, let's be real. So
Right.
you
Well,
know.
Thessakyra has clearly guised herself as Hera and convinced this sad ass priest
Right.
that she was his goddess and that he should do her well. And he liked that plan for some reason.
Respect.
So
That is a thing that I would totally do. Okay, so
So-
I have D6 name, D6 resolve in spirit, D12 for my agony, and D10 from my daring.
I mean, it
Let's-
seems like a pretty good pool, but then again, I just rolled something pretty awesome.
I know. I don't have a good feeling about this. Ooh,
Whoa.
I got a good feeling about that.
All right.
Oh damn.
That's a
Alright.
12.
Okay. Well, now. All right, everyone else.
All right. I am rolling my name. I am rolling Resolve in Spirit, which I have marked for Hubris, so I automatically take a Pathos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did I write that?
Strikes me as an interlude might be good after this. I mean, especially now that you have this beautiful, wonderful, splendid temple to.
It's true.
Rest.
Yeah, good point.
And then I think I say you are dedicated to a notoriously jealous goddess and choose to believe that she would embody herself in some other woman. Fascinating. And I would like to roll my cunning as well.
That sounds great. I mean, to be fair, like Hermes literally did this to you this afternoon, right? Like this shit happens all the fucking time. Hera being like, "I'm actually Hera" is totally like a believable ploy.
Hera shows up as like a bird or like
Yeah. But right. Oh, of course, he's wrong, but
I'm just saying.
he's not that wrong.
He's still
No.
wrong, though.
He's pretty
Tied again. I'm really good at barely scraping by.
Keep getting those ones.
And I think you were still the aggressor, though, so I think that still makes you the winner. I don't feel like this was a.
Yeah, we totally busted in on his shit here, so yeah.
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 A human is just a very, very large mammalian bird. All right.
Okay, fair.
All right, Marika.
Yeah,
go.
I'm gonna roll. This was Resolve in Spirit was the challenge.
Resolve in spirit,
I'm gonna
yeah.
roll that and my authority, and just I mean I don't want to cut in on what like Adras has clearly got something.
I mean, he's got a 12 right there.
It's clearly working. So I think that she'll just give a hard stare
Yeah.
of cut the crap.
Um,
And she kind of gives him an up and down and is unimpressed.
Yeah, I almost feel like Adjusto, since you have just been oiled and you coming, nearly bare chested, based on your action, maybe my initial depiction wasn't quite right. Maybe he says, "My love, Thessakyra," and you just sort of swoop, because in the shadows he can't tell it's you, and you just sort of swoop in, and he isn't startled until maybe it's too late. I don't know, I think
I
I
like
might need
that.
to revise that a little bit
Okay.
so that he doesn't think that you're
Right.
someone else.
And then when he looks over my shoulder, he just sees Marika's like, not very disappointed.
Wrong.
Not cool. All right. You got an 8. So, a thing you could do, I don't think I would advise this because you're only fighting over 4 glory here. But you're also fighting over the way you get to decide this goes down. So, if you wanted to, you could spend a divine favor to explode that 8. However, John got a 12 on his D12. So, if you did that and you beat him, he could spend a divine favor to explode that 12.
No, I'll give this to him.
You'll get it. Okay.
Also,
Alright,
that means I'm no longer the leader because I'm
Yes,
about to
you
I'm about to
You're gonna gain
pass.
4 glory. Agne and Marika, you'll each gain 1 glory.
Okay.
And John, you need to mark hubris. Do you even have a place to mark
I
hubris?
did use my daring, so
Cool.
I haven't marked it yet. I have a place to put it. Shockingly. So yeah, now I am. Well, I'm not full, but I'm in a bad way.
Yeah, you're kind of.
Yeah. And you marked a divine favor for using your pathos.
Yep, and I marked
Your
fate
dots.
because I hit my agony point.
Yep. There we
And
go.
so there, there's a rule floating around in the text, and I don't remember if it's still in there, of about winning by more than 6. Because there used to be like extra victories and stuff in the game, and we pulled all that out.
Yeah.
And then there was this floating rule for a little while that was like, oh, but if you like totally crush somebody, you get like an extra benefit or something. But I think that's been totally edited out of the game.
If it hasn't been gutted, it should be.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm going to say...
If we had that, I would use it, but I think we
No.
cut that completely. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how much you win by, really. Just that you
It
win.
only... Right.
Yeah.
So, so I think your Egyptian skirt swishes against him, and you slip you get within the distance of a lover's embrace, and not until it's too late that he realizes that your long flowing hair is not that of Thessakyra, but that of swift-footed Adrastos.
He just got an upgrade.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
He is utterly caught off guard by your presence, and let slip, in part by accident, in part by his slip, and in part when you break his will, that the goddess Hera has come to him, and she said that the pillar was never meant to be trapped in this temple, but set free. And once it was free, so could he be free, and that she would come back for him. And thus the pirate Thessakyra swindled the
priest?
the pillar of storms from under his nose.
Yep. Well, that's okay, though, because I whisper to him how he still has a chance to redeem himself, and his betrayal of the vengeful goddess need not be known to any mere mortal. And all he has to do is my bidding. And I have laid out a path for his redemption that he can easily. All he has to do is take it. Hera doesn't need to know what went down here.
Yeah.
And when you go down to the beach and find her sacred bird there, you'll know what to do. And
Yeah.
not only are we going to save your island from the harpies, but then we're going to follow up and teach Thessakyra a lesson or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there.
She should not be so bold. She's done. There's a part of him that doesn't want to believe you. He doesn't want to believe that he could be wrong. He doesn't want to believe the woman that he thinks he loves is duped him. But when you remind him of Hera's jealousy and of the punishment that and when you say she doesn't need to know, he suddenly thinks this is a much better idea. To have all this affair handled by the likes of mortals rather than the whim of gods. And there's still like a gleam in his eye. Like you're not certain that he wouldn't just jump on Thessakyra's boat if she came by and said, "Hey, honey, let's go for a ride."
Okay. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but he is utterly terrified of you and of Hera and of what you say Hera's will be. And so, he
Plus, these
grabs-
two will obviously murder him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just waiting.
He grabs an overnight bag that he clearly had packed and ready.
He's had a go bag.
I mean, he was waiting.
But that's not what we want. He's got to watch the peacock.
Well, right, but he takes it to go so that he can,
Can I get one peacock to go?
so he's not just having to go. Like he leaves in this resplendent, open, bare-chested robes, but he's got traveling clothes and things like that he can survive the port town below in. And so he leaves you to tend to his temple.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Now we got a temple. Ugh.
And there's just this befuddled quartet
Oh,
of musicians like looking like, what now? Which would make a perfect place for an interlude if you wanted to hold one.
Yeah, I'm in favor of that.
Yeah.
I am no longer the leader, so somebody else has to decide.
Yeah, I think I have the lowest glory.
Yeah,
yep.
You have less than 8, 9.
I have 9. Yeah.
I have 10 actually.
Oh, but
Okay.
still me. I obviously I need.
Just getting them ones.
I either super need an interlude or I need to fight the harpies right now with my like maxed out agony die. I could go either way.
I say let's do an interview, an interlude, and then it might be time to.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
Wrap
should
for this
either
session.
break for the night or we should do an interlude and then break.
Yeah,
for the
we're
night.
about out of time, so
Exactly. So we could go either way. If you want to do an interlude, let's do that now. The thing to know
Yes.
about an interlude is that as you rest, the will of the gods manifests and the island progresses. So the strife die goes up. So everything I'm going to roll from here on out, instead of be d6 plus d6, it'll be d6 plus d8. And that is that's just what happens.
I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with fighting the harpies where I am, honestly.
Okay, then let's keep going.
Yeah.
It's
Alright.
a little
Which is to say, not keep going and break for the night.
yeah, we can
keep
wrap up
going.
the session, but
Yeah.
not do an interlude.
Yep.
I kind of want to push it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You're the
Let's-
one with all the agony. I'm chilling.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, let's not do an interlude when we come back next week. We'll
Sounds great. You'll
beat
fight
up
some
some
harpies.
harpies.
Yeah.
All right. So Ionestes runs off and will make many appeasing words to Harris Peacock and hopefully keep it from knowing the truth.
Yeah.
And,
I feel like our ship crew is the type where if a random priest runs up and is like, I've been instructed to guard Hera's sacred peacock, the heroes told me, they're just like, okay, yeah. They just like roll with it now. They're just totally used to this crazy shit happening. They're not like, who are you? What is this about? They're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yep. I think you're right. I don't think it's a threat. Question, Adrastos. Was any of that genuine, or was that all just like slipping in? Like he clearly never mind.
It was totally genuine. I do want him to have a chance to redeem himself here. I do think like shaming the priest of this island is not a good idea. Because we're about to potentially steal Hera's sacred artifact and run off with it, and we need at least someone to take the fall, or possibly someone to like smooth that shit over. So yeah, I'm being sincere in the sense that we're totally using him, but I am being sincere, like, yeah, like this is a chance for you to make up for your betrayal.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do our end of session stuff, and then we'll call it. So the end of session is where the heroes bestow their gratitude upon each other. They reflect on their past deeds and account for favors owed. For each character, the other players will recount the hero's great deeds and decide for themselves which legendary virtue the hero most exemplified. Starting with the player on your left. In this case, we're calling the order John, Nadja, Karen. Go around the table and tell the player which virtue to mark and why they're deserving. You never decide the virtues to grant your hero. That's for the band to do. And the virtues are courage, justice, wisdom, and harmony. And yeah, so we'll start with Drastos. So which means that we start with Nadja, saying which legendary virtue do you think Adrastos most exemplified, and what moment of the game or what action makes you think that, feel that?
I would say that of the four, courage is probably the most fitting. Are we also counting the
Yep, you got the achievement.
flashbacks things?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything that happened in the session.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying that Adrastos is the most bullheaded, willing to run into any situation, be it war or some amorous thing. Adrastos is just fearless. So courage.
Fair enough. I'll take it.
Courage. All right. And Karen?
Who am I describing again?
Adrastos.
Oh,
You're gonna grant him one of those legendary virtues.
can we do the same one
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
once?
Yep.
I mean, I think I have to go for courage. Because you've really just ran right into a lot of danger. And good for you.
Yeah. It's my
Very
style.
courageous. Yeah,
Yeah.
I dig it.
All right, Adrastos, you are now going to give.
Sean, you give me one too.
Oh, I give you one too.
Yep.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, I forgot. I mean, courage makes a lot of sense.
All right.
I don't think justice makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna go with courage.
Cool.
I'm thinking of the sort of the will to just be like, fuck it, all the other gods. We're gonna take this thing, and we're gonna play. It feels kind of heisty, like we're gonna play this faction, these people against those people, and come out of it dancing on the spear tips of our enemies with the pillar in hand and all that. Yeah, it's
Cool.
very bold.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. John, grant one other character an oath that you owe them. Describe why you owe them an oath.
This is a hard choice. I am going to owe an oath to Hagne because she immediately had my back when I was like, let's keep the pillar. Let's do it. Let's do what Hermes wants. And it wasn't like she had my back, but that's how Adrastos thinks of it. She just wanted to do it too. But he's like, yeah, she was on my side. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Hagne
Right.
gets an oath with me.
Hagne, you'll get an oath for justice. All right. So next character is Hagne, and so we'll start with Karen. Which legendary virtue do you feel like she exemplified?
I'd say wisdom
Cool.
for sure. She
Anything?
did a lot of, I think, kind of careful assessment and planning.
Yeah. Dig it. How about you, John?
Yeah, actually, I agree with that. I think I felt like Hagne was playing it smart in this session.
I'm gonna go with justice myself because I think of all of them, I felt like Hagne was the one who was like, "I'm gonna set this right," and the version of right may be a very self-serving one, but it was like, "You all fucked up, and this is how this works, and we're doing this the way I say," which I guess sounds like justice to me.
Yeah,
If a very personal version of justice.
it works.
Snudja, what hero would you like to give an oath to?
I will give an oath to Marika for getting us out of that stupid forest.
Yeah.
Like I really thought I had it on lock,
Yeah.
but I absolutely did not, and it took Marika to cut through the crap and be like, no, actually all you have to do is tell them to fuck off.
Yeah. And we're very disappointed in them. We're not mad.
Mama Marika.
Disappointed. A little bit, yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right. So for Marika, John, what legendary virtue do you grant her?
I'm gonna go with courage. I think the the way Adrastos sees it is like he leaps in and tries to be bold and daring, which is not the same as being courageous exactly, but it is to him. But then behind him, she like calmly steps up and cuts down the ward leader of the enemy. And then he like tries to do a cool gambit in the woods, and she's like, "Listen up, Forrest, shut up, do what we want." And so to him, she like embodies leadership and courage and authority.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Nadja? What's Hogne think?
For a lot of the same examples, but I would go with harmony. Like Adrastos and Hogne are basically exact opposites. And really, it seems like the only reason we get things done is that Marika is able to yoke us together.
Nice.
to,
Yeah.
like actually accomplishing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
There's the one watching out for the others. Yeah, I think I'm with you on that, Nadja. I think when we see like Marika, she's brave, but she's not out to like prove that she's brave. She's out to like that it's almost like that's a given. Like, duh, of course I'm a badass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to prove that. It's like, am I capable? Can I win the day? Can I take care of my band? So I think I'm gonna do one for Harmony as well.
cool.
Yay, Mama Marika.
All right, and then Karen, choose another hero to that Marika will owe an oath to.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'll give another oath to Adrastos because he's definitely set me up with an assist a couple times.
Nice.
That's 3.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that. I'm going to use those. I'm going to need them because I'm totally burned out.
Because you're super burned out. When you have to separate pathos, you can be like, "Hey, Marika, how about
Yeah.
bring?"
I'm going to need that.
Awesome. Okay, cool. That is the end of session. Let's all say our adieus, and then we'll wrap up, and we'll be back again. I am Sean. I am also looking at my calendar trying to figure out if we're playing.
I was
next
like,
week.
why do you sound so unsure about that?
Yeah, it is. It's next week.
It's next week. All right. Yes.
Same time.
Yeah, I'm Sean. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me on the internet at Sean Ninner pretty much everywhere. I just joined MeWe, Me what the heck something?
Ooh,
Another
ooh.
social media platform that may or may not be the replacement for Google Plus. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's viable or not.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, meh so far. But yeah, you can find me there, Sean Ninner as well. And I am coming down off a big high from just having been at Big Bad Con, which was fantastic, and there were lots and lots of wonderful people there. And I guess I'm excited because I'm going to go to Geek Girl Con pretty soon. So, bully for that. Pretty cool.
Seattle.
Yeah. How about you, Karen?
My name is Karen. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on the Twitter under K12s. I never used G+, so I'm not missing anything. Sorry. I just never used it. I didn't like it.
Nobody else did either.
I'm super excited because Improv for Gamers is available. The book is available for pre-orders right now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I had a great time at Big Bad Con, running improv and also playing really great games and hanging out with peeps. And it's going to be a pretty busy end of the year, so I'm trying to enjoy the downtime when I get it. Nadja, how about you?
I am Naja, aka Trisray. I use she, her pronouns. I just got back from the East Coast, and the jet lag is kicking my ass right now.
Oh God.
No, it's fine. I'll live. Uh, I don't really have anything to hype right now, but I will be at Geek Girl Con, and big ups to House Fornax wherever you might be. John, how about you?
I'm John. He, they pronouns. I might be at Geek Girl Con now. I've always intended to go because it's right here in my city.
I mean, you're basically already at it.
I'm kind of at it right now, if you think about it. No, those people are super cool, and Sean and Nadja are going to be there, so I might as well go too. So cool. Let's all meet up at Geek Girl Con.
Nice.
Yeah, I missed Big Bad Con this year because I never go to cons. But it sounded awesome, and congrats on it being awesome, as always. And yeah, thanks for playtesting and chat. Thanks for watching and indulging us as we knock the rough edges off this game. It's getting real close to done, but
It looks good.
Yeah.
we're in that mode of like, I don't want to work on this game anymore, and this playing the game like this, especially on stream, energizes us and makes us care again and makes us excited to crack open that text file and do the hard work. So this is very, very helpful. So thanks to everybody. And that's it for us.
That's it.
We'll see you next week for more
All right.
Agon.
More Agon.
Bye.
Take care, all.